Have you ever wondered why your car's air conditioning only blows kinda cool air instead of the icy blast it had when you first bought it? Many think their AC has a major issue, costing thousands to fix. But the truth is, tiny details, sometimes hiding in plain sight, are quietly choking its cooling power. This video reveals 8 game-changing tips, from cleaning the condenser to setting the right recirculation mode to a button most people misunderstand, all to make your car's AC blow twice as cold, save fuel, and extend its lifespan. Like and subscribe to the channel if this video helps you. 1. Clogged condenser. Think of your car's AC like human lungs. To breathe deeply and feel cool, the airways must be clear. Yet, after a few years, most cars' lungs get choked with dust, leaves, and dead bugs piling up at the front. That's the condenser, the part catching all the air from outside. When it's clogged, hot air gets trapped in the engine bay, like forcing a marathon runner to breathe through a straw. The result? The AC compressor overworks, the car burns more fuel, and the air barely feels cool. The fix is super simple and can cost nothing if you do it yourself. Pop the hood, locate the condenser behind the front grille, and spray it with a water hose. But here's a key tip. Always spray from the engine side outward to push debris the right way. Spraying from the outside in can shove dirt and mud deeper into the delicate fins. In just 5 minutes, you'll see a bug graveyard wash away, and the AC air can drop 8 to recirculation. A small trick with results like installing a brand new system. 2. Clogged cabin air filter. Don't confuse this with the engine air filter. The cabin air filter keeps dust, pollen, and even road fumes out before air blows into the cabin. After 10,000, 15,000 miles, it often turns into a dust bag. Some filters I've seen are so packed they look like an overflowing vacuum cleaner bag. A clogged filter is like forcing the AC fan to blow through a pillow. Airflow drops by 25–30%, leaving you with weak, lukewarm air. The compressor runs harder, guzzling fuel while you sweat inside. The good news? The fix costs under $15 and takes 5 minutes. Checking it is easy. Most cars hide the cabin filter behind the glove box. Open the box, squeeze the sides to release the clips, and lower it to find a thin plastic slot. That's where the filter lives. Pull it out and brace yourself for the dust caked on it. I've even found tiny mouse nests in some. Replace it with a new filter, or, if you don't have one yet, clean it temporarily with a vacuum and compressed air. Instantly, the airflow comes back strong, as cool as when the car was new. Here's something many don't realize. A dirty cabin filter doesn't just affect cooling, it impacts your health. Clogged filters breed bacteria and mold, so every time you turn on the AC, you're breathing a petri dish of germs. That's why some cars smell musty despite being cool. Regular filter changes not only make the AC colder, but also keep the air clean and breathable, especially for families with kids or elderly passengers. One last tip. When buying a cabin air filter, don't skimp on the cheapest option. Low-cost filters have fewer pleats, smaller surface area, clog faster, and filter poorly. If possible, choose one with activated carbon. It filters dust, neutralizes odors, and blocks exhaust fumes. This small upgrade makes a noticeable difference, especially in stuffy rush hour traffic. 3. Set the temperature right. Ever wondered why your AC is set to a comfortable temperature, yet the car never gets as cold as you expect, while the compressor strains and fuel consumption spikes? The secret lies in the temperature knob, which most drivers use wrong. Many set the AC to a middle range, like 75 to 79 degrees 24 to 26 degrees, hoping the system will balance to a cozy level. But here's the ironic truth. Doing this makes the AC sabotage itself. It cools the air to its lowest point, around 37 to 41 degrees or 3.5 degrees, then uses the heater to warm it back up to your chosen setting. It's like making ice, then melting it immediately. The result? The cool air loses its purity. The airflow weakens. the cabin takes forever to stabilize, and the compressor works double time, burning extra fuel. The optimal fix is surprisingly simple. Always set the AC to the coldest setting, LO or the snowflake icon, and adjust only the fan speed. At maximum cold, the system skips the detour of reheating, focusing solely on pumping out the iciest air possible. If it's too chilly, lower the fan. Want to cool faster? Crank the fan up. You'll be amazed how quickly the cabin feels comfortable and consistent, with the engine running lighter. A Consumer Reports test proved this method makes air reefs to 9 degrees, 3 to 5 degrees colder while saving noticeable fuel. You get a mobile fridge-like cabin without dreading a skyrocketing gas bill every time you run the AC. But setting the right temperature is only half the story. The second key, the recirculation button, is the ACE card that maximizes your AC's power. On the control panel, it's usually marked with a car icon and a curved arrow looping inside. Most drivers hit it instinctively without understanding how it works. The biggest mistake is turning on recirculation right after getting into a sun-baked car. Comment 1 and like this video, and I'll reveal something even more shocking. 4. Recirculation button. Picture this. It's 95 degree to 35 degree outside, but inside the cabin, the thermometer might hit 131, 140 degree, 55 to 60 degree, or even 158 degree, 70 degree if parked in the midday sun. If you turn on recirculation now, the system pulls that scorching cabin air, cycles it, and tries to cool it. It's like tossing ice cubes into boiling water and hoping it cools fast. Impossible. The AC struggles, the air stays lukewarm, and you're left sweating, wondering why it's not working. The right strategy is this. For the first 2 tests at 3 minutes after getting in, turn off recirculation. Let the system pull outside air, which is only 95 degrees after seeing 35 degrees, instead of 140 degrees, 60 degrees, and blow hard to sweep out the hot cabin air. Crack the windows a few centimeters to speed up heat escape. After a few minutes, once the cabin feels bearable, turn recirculation back on. Now, the system uses the already cooled air, around 72, 77 degrees or 22 to 25 degrees, to cool further, instead of wrestling with the initial 140 degrees, 60 octets air. The result? Efficiency jumps. The cabin cools up to 30% deeper, and comfort comes fast. Another perk most overlook. Using recirculation during traffic jams or dusty roads keeps polluted outside air from flooding the cabin. Studies show exhaust fumes and fine dust drop significantly when recirculation is timed right. So, you're not just staying cool. You're protecting your family's health on long drives. But don't always keep recirculation on. On long trips, especially with multiple passengers, the cabin can get stuffy from rising CO2. Briefly switch to outside air for a few minutes to refresh the cabin, then turn recirculation back on to maintain deep cooling. Master this flexible switch, and you'll strike the perfect balance of cool, clean, and efficient. 5. Smart parking strategy. Have you ever noticed that some cars' ACs stay lukewarm despite running forever, while the car next to it feels icy in minutes? The difference isn't the AC system, it's how the car is parked. A car baking in the midday sun can turn the cabin into a 149, 158 degree, 65 at 70 degrees oven, forcing the AC to struggle for 10 to 15 minutes to reach a comfortable temperature. Meanwhile, a car parked in shade or well-covered stays at 113, 122 degrees stays, 45, 50 degrees, cooling twice as fast. In short, your parking strategy is the most critical prep step to keep your AC from overworking. Prioritize shade, under a tree, beside a building, or in a multi-level garage. When shade isn't an option, a windshield sunshade costing under $10 makes a huge difference, lowering cabin heat by 27 to 36 degrees, 15 to 20 degrees. Think about it. Would you rather your AC battle a 158 degree to 70 degree inferno, or a more manageable 122 degrees and 50 degrees? Another overlooked tip. In the morning, park facing west if you'll be there a while. In the afternoon, face east. This keeps direct sunlight off the dashboard and steering wheel, which can hit over 176 degrees Celsius and radiate heat nonstop. High-quality window tint is also a worthwhile investment, blocking up to 60% of heat while saving fuel since the AC doesn't run at full blast. With a smart parking strategy, you give your AC an easy start. That means faster cooling, less wear on the compressor, and less bleeding from your wallet due to fuel costs. 6. Directing AC airflow. A common but unscientific habit. Most people aim AC vents straight at their face and chest, hoping for instant cool relief. The result? A freezing face while your back and legs stay sweaty. Basic physics explains why. Cold air is heavier than hot air and sinks. To cool the whole cabin, let cold air blow upward. It will naturally spread downward evenly. The optimal setup is to angle center vents toward the ceiling or slightly to the sides, while side vents point toward the door windows. This not only circulates cold air throughout the car, but also cools the glass surfaces, which radiate heat in sunlight. The result? The cabin cools faster and more evenly and feels far more comfortable than just freezing your face. Also, use the auto fan mode if your car has it. It adjusts fan speed based on cabin temperature, avoiding blasts that are too strong at first or too weak later, which can tire you out. For kids or elderly passengers, aim rear vents, if available, upward to spread cold air evenly, avoiding direct blasts that cause discomfort. This small tweak in vent direction makes a huge difference. No more cold face, hot back, just a consistently cool, refreshing cabin from start to finish. If you're an experienced driver, share a tip that's helped the community. 7. Pre-cool for 30 seconds before getting in. Ever step into a car after it's been in the sun and feel like you're opening an oven? Cabin temperatures can hit 140, 149 degrees at 60 to 65 degrees, and turning on the AC right away leaves you baking for minutes. That's a common mistake most drivers make. The simple, effective fix is a 30-second pre-cool trick, a small step that transforms your experience. Here's how. Before sitting down, open all 4 doors, or at least 2 opposite ones, start the engine, and run the fan and AC at full blast for about 30 seconds. The strong airflow pushes out trapped hot air, like clearing a furnace before cooling it. Once the cabin feels bearable, close the doors, get in, and enjoy the AC cooling twice as fast. Tests show that just 30 seconds of pre-cooling cuts cooling time by 40%. Instead of waiting 10 minutes for the cabin to calm down, you'll feel relief in 5 to 6 minutes. This not only boosts comfort, but also eases the AC's workload, saving fuel and extending the compressor's life. Many drivers who've tried this swear it's a game changer. No more stifling heat, scalding seats, or hand-burning steering wheels. This free, simple step protects your comfort, health, and wallet. 8. When to call a professional. Not every AC issue can be fixed with simple tricks. Even after cleaning the condenser, replacing the cabin air filter, using the right recirculation mode, or adjusting airflow, your system might still blow weak, lukewarm air, or worse, hot air. That's a clear sign to stop trying DIY fixes and call a professional. The most common culprit is a refrigerant leak. Refrigerant is the lifeblood of the AC system, and if it's low, no trick can compensate. Some try cheap DIY refrigerant kits from stores, but that's a double-edged sword. Incorrect pressure can wreck the compressor, costing thousands to replace. Pros have pressure gauges, vacuum pumps, and proper refrigerant to ensure the right amount and process. Another red flag. Strange noises like squealing or growling from the engine bay when the AC is on. This could mean the compressor is failing or the belt is slipping. Ignoring it risks damage spreading to the drivetrain. Or, if you smell a strong, musty odor, the evaporator coil might be overrun with mold. Unpleasant and unhealthy. The key takeaway. Try free fixes first, as most AC issues stem from dirt, wrong settings, or bad driving habits. But if the cold air doesn't return, don't hesitate to call a pro. A $150 or $200 professional service is far cheaper than a $2,000 compressor replacement. 2 deadly mistakes that ruin your AC system. Mistake 1. Shutting off the AC for months. It sounds odd, but many owners kill their AC by thinking, "It's cool out. I don't need the AC, shutting it off for months is fine." In reality, the AC doesn't just make cold air. Every time you run it, refrigerant oil circulates with the gas, lubricating rubber seals, gaskets, and moving parts in the compressor. When the AC sits unused through winter, the oil stops flowing, causing seals to dry out and crack. The result? Even a tiny crack can leak all the refrigerant. Worse, a dry compressor running after months of neglect operates thirsty for oil, wearing itself out and risking failure. Replacing a compressor can cost thousands, all because you skipped running the AC for a few minutes weekly. The fix is simple. Hot or cold, run the AC for 5-10 minutes each week. You don't need to set it cold. Just let the system cycle to keep oil and refrigerant moving. This small habit keeps seals pliable, prevents leaks, and extends the system's life. You might think you're saving fuel by leaving the AC off, but you're setting yourself up for a $1,000 repair bill. Mistake 2. Ignoring strange noises and musty smells. Ever turn on the AC and hear a squeal or a light growl, or notice a musty smell in the cabin? Most drivers shrug it off as no big deal. But these are urgent warning signs. A squeal might come from a slipping compressor belt or worn bearings. A growl could signal an overloaded compressor nearing failure. Ignore them, and you'll soon face a new compressor bill, thousands of dollars easily. As for musty smells, that's a sign of bacteria and mold nesting in the evaporator coil. Beyond being unpleasant, it's a health hazard, especially for kids, the elderly, or allergy sufferers. The longer you wait, the thicker the mold grows, requiring a full system teardown for cleaning or even evaporator replacement. No small expense. The lesson: treat odd noises and smells like an SOS from your AC. Don't hesitate to get the car checked right away instead of waiting for a bigger failure. A small cleaning or service can save you thousands and keep your drives cool, comfortable, and safe. Just 2 small habits can make or break your AC's lifespan. Never leave the AC off for months. Run it a few minutes weekly to keep oil flowing, preventing leaks and compressor damage. And don't ignore strange noises or musty smells. They're early warnings of costly issues. Spot and fix them early to avoid $1,000 bills and keep your cabin cool, clean, and safe.